In the year 1127, a dark shadow fell over China. The Jin dynasty swept across the land, burning cities, capturing the emperor, and striking fear into every home. The country was collapsing. Its leaders were surrendering. But one man stood tall, firm, unyielding, and full of fire. His name was Yue Fei. He wasn't born into power or wealth. He was a son of the soil, raised by a mother who believed that honor mattered more than life. When Yue Fei left home to join the army, his mother carved 4 Chinese characters into his back using a sewing needle.
Noble ones, should today's tale have touched the very depths of your heart, grant it your mark of honor alike as we continue this grand journey together.
And ink. They read, "Serve the nation with utmost loyalty." It wasn't just a message, it was an oath, a permanent reminder of who he was meant to be. While officials signed peace treaties and bowed to the enemy, Yue Fei refused to kneel. "How can we live if our people die without justice?" he said. And with that, he began rebuilding what others had abandoned. He trained his soldiers not just in battle, but in loyalty, sacrifice, and honor. He ate with them, bled with them, and led them into impossible fights. One night, in a village burned to ashes, an old woman showed him the body of her only son, killed while defending his home. Yue Fei knelt before her and said, "I will avenge him." From that day forward, he was more than a general. He was the
Up this story with the beauty of your thoughts and emotions. We'd love to hear your reflections in the comments below. Each of these voiceover options
voice of a wounded nation. Soon, he received news of a terrifying enemy force approaching, the Black Army, known for its night raids and silence. No survivors, no witnesses, just smoke and death. Yue Fei prepared 20,000 soldiers in a single night. Before they marched, he said, "If I fall, step over my body, never stop moving forward." Through dense forests and ghost-filled paths, they reached the mountains. But what they found was not a battlefield, it was horror. Hanging bodies, scorched earth, the sound of crying in the wind, and then from the shadows a voice spoke. "So you are the man with words written on your back?" It wasn't one voice, it was many.
Like the messengers who carried hope across kingdoms, share this tale with your friends and loved ones, and inspire them to join the journey.
Cold, empty. Yue Fei stepped forward. "I am that man," he said, "and I have never run." What followed was a battle unlike any other. The enemy struck like smoke, vanishing, appearing, whispering in Yue Fei's ears. But he fought with more than his sword. He fought with memory, with duty, with pain carved into his own skin. At last, he struck the final blow. The creature screamed, "You have defeated us, but your end will come, not from us, but from your own people." Back in the capital, that prophecy began to come true. Jealous ministers, led by the traitorous Qin Hui, feared Yue Fei's growing influence. They accused him of planning a rebellion. No trial, no evidence, just lies. Yue Fei was arrested. His own emperor remained silent, and the people watched their greatest.
If you want the first rays of every new story to light up your world, proclaim your allegiance. Subscribe now and be the first to see the sunrise.
Hero locked in chains. In prison, Yue Fei wrote a final line on the wall with his finger dipped in water. "I have only ever served my country with loyalty." The executioner arrived. Yue Fei looked him in the eye and said, "A man who dies for his nation never truly dies." And then, the blade fell. Today, centuries later, Yue Fei's tomb still stands. In front of it, 2 statues kneel, the traitor Qin Hui and his wife, forever disgraced. People come every year. They kick the statues in anger. They bow before Yue Fei's grave. And they whisper, "We remember you." Because Yue Fei was not just a general. He was a promise, a legacy, and a warrior whose blood still speaks whenever a nation dares to rise again.
When the next page of history turns, may your heart be the first to hear its tender whisper. Remember to ring the bell icon so our paths may cross again. I promise to return, bringing with me a new legend and a new mystery for your soul to wander through. Until then, take care of yourself, because those who live in stories never truly say goodbye. With love, prayers, and deepest respect, Shariq Mehmood Khan.